Right, so I'm here today with Paul Carter, who is a good friend of mine, and I met him way back in the Scope Disability Nowadays. So we shared the office and used to have a chat over the water cooler and all that sort of stuff. So really with Paul, I mean, I was originally looking to talk to you about the sort of job hunt area, but when we were just chatting now, we realised that really your whole story is just sort of a nice journey of where you started and how you got to where you are now. But do you want to first of all kick off with a little intro to who you are, etc.?
I'm Paul, obviously, as you've just said. Now work at a production company called Mark 3 Media, and we make television programs, films for the charity sector, corporate films, that kind of thing. Prior to that, worked for about 6 years as a journalist.
Okay, cool. And in terms of, yeah, I mean, really, I know a bit about this story from the water cooler days, but I just think it'd be really interesting to share it for the guys watching this e-course of, yeah, how you kind of came out of uni, what you did at uni, what you wanted to do, and then where it went from there, yeah?
Sure, yeah. Well, originally I wanted to work in the music industry. That's kind of what I wanted to do, and I did a degree that a lot of people don't believe exists, called Music Industry Management, which was great. But unfortunately, I came out into the music industry trying to find a job at the time when the whole industry was collapsing in on itself. It was the time when downloading was really starting to kick off, and just trying to find a job was next to impossible. And I spent the best part of a year looking for music industry jobs and not really getting anywhere close. So I kind of had to rethink and decide what I wanted to do instead. And I'd always been interested in journalism and writing ever since I was a kid. It was always something I wanted to do. So I looked at retraining options, and I went and did my NCTJ qualification at Harlow College, which is the kind of professional qualification for journalists. Just prior to doing that, I wanted to get some experience as well. So I had a little look around. So I had a little look around, and I started off just sending emails to various places asking if they had any work experience placements going, short-term ones, 1 week, 2 weeks. And I was lucky enough to get a shot at Zoo magazine. And they said, can you come in for 2 weeks and do the work experience thing? And I'll never forget my first day there, because I turned up and I hadn't told them that I was disabled or anything, because I never do. I never really feel that it's relevant. It doesn't affect the way I do my job.
Sure.
I mean, maybe if I was bricklaying or something, but and I remember that the editorial assistant there at the time came to the door, and she opened it and she looked at me and she went, "Oh," she said, "You do know there's quite a lot of typing involved in this job and opening post?" I was like, "Yeah." So that's absolutely fine.
Sure.
And she was like, "Okay." And then I have to say, from that moment on, they were fabulous. No one batted an eyelid, treated me just like one of everyone else. And so I did one slot there. A couple of months later, I went back and did another one. And then it turned out on my second day, the editorial assistant was going off on holiday for a week. And so they said, "Would you mind covering?" I was like, So I suddenly found myself sat on the desk with the editor, being the magazine's editorial assistant.
In at the deep end, eh?
I've never done anything like that before.
Yeah.
So that came and went, did that, made a lot of friends, went away and did my NCTJ. And then part of the NCTJ course, the one that I did at least, was that you had to go and do a placement at a magazine or a newspaper. And it just kind of made sense for me to go back to Zoo to do it, just, because I knew everyone there, I knew the way they worked. I went back there, did some more work with them, and then I got a call from them on the Friday before my NCTJ course was due to finish on the Monday, asking if I'd be free to go in that week to do some writing shifts on their website. So obviously I said yes, because they were paid for the first time. And originally it was just literally day to day. I didn't know from one day whether they would want me the next, but they did. And days eventually turned into week-long shifts, which then turned into fortnightly, which then turned into monthly.
Wow.
and I ended up being there just over 18 months.
Brilliant.
And it was then during that time that I kind of started wanting to look elsewhere, purely because, well, to put it crudely, the money wasn't great.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to kind of get some, what I'd term kind of hard news experience. You know, I was writing a lot of kind of very entertainment-y, fun, comedy stuff. And I wanted to kind of put my training to good use and do something kind of a little bit more serious. And then, completely coincidentally, on journalism.co.uk, which is like one of the main job sites, I happened to see an advert for a reporter for Disability Now,
right,
which I obviously went for. I went along and interviewed and didn't actually get the job, first of all.
Okay.
There was me and one other guy, who you know, Tibbs, and he actually got the job. But as it turned out, they had someone that was leaving or was going part-time about 2 months later. So I got a call about 3 days later saying, actually, we would like to offer you the job, but it doesn't start until January. I was like, absolutely fine.
Yeah.
So, that was that. And then I ended up being there 4.5 years.
So, I mean, I think on that point, what I like really about your story is that it wasn't all plain sailing. You know, there was some rejection and there were difficulties, but
sure,
you plodded along, and it almost was a bit fated, because there was points where you couldn't have planned or banked on something happening, but out of nowhere these little incidents happened that enabled you to take opportunities as well.
Definitely, and it's always really frustrating when you're I think when you're starting out and you hear people say, oh, you know, right place, right time, you know, it's not what you know, it's who you know, kind of thing. I mean, that is true to a certain element, but I do think you kind of make your own luck a little bit as well.
Yeah.
You know, if you get out there and you make yourself known, and you know, you kind of sell yourself a bit, then you will always, things seem to happen for those people more easily than the ones who sit in the corner and don't say very much, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, I agree, and I think, you know, those words of advice are going to be very useful to someone that's using the e-course and just looking to start out, that it's never all plain sailing, but like you say, attitude is a big part of it, and just keeping going and, you know, getting out there really as well. So
yeah, and I think, I mean, what I'd say from my kind of experience as a kind of disabled person looking for work and stuff is that it's never been I wouldn't say it's ever been a barrier to me in terms of I've never had anyone use it against me.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's because I've always made sure I'm well equipped and well experienced and well skilled for stuff that I go for.
Yeah.
Because I think if you're not, then it can be used against you. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You're almost sort of preempting, basically you're the best person for the job, so the
Exactly.
disability doesn't matter. That's cool. All right, well, we'll sort of wrap up.